Okay, this is an introduction to Shure Wireless Workbench. I'm running this on a Mac actually. As you can see, normally if you had any devices online on the network, they would show up over here in Device Manager. Right now I'm just running in offline mode, so we'll just add in some devices to kind of mock up what it would be like if you had some devices online. So we'll just come up here, go to UR4 receivers, and we'll add a couple of mock devices here. I'll just do some duals. We'll come down here, I'll do a couple of J5s and a couple of L3s. So now they show up over here under the device manager. So I drag those over into my design here, and I'll expand all four of these. That's going to show you your squelch, lock, gain, sensitivity, and battery type across all four units. If they were online, you would also see the current RF status of both your A and B antennas, as well as any signal on any of the devices. So obviously if you were getting hits on these right now, you would want to scan. It's very rare that they're going to be optimized properly if you're using this in a touring application. If this is a church, most likely you're going to be using the same frequency, so this is a great way to monitor battery and RF gain out of your devices. So now that we've added four devices here, if I was using this as a scanner now, I would go up to compatibility. Click on that. It's got a few options there. For this application, I'd use synthesis mode and hit next. It's going to show me all my units that I want to scan. If I had a couple on here that I did not want to scan that I was happy with, or whatever the circumstance is, I would deselect them from synthesize. I'm going to hit next. This is where you would select which units you want to use to scan. If you were using this on a live application, you would not want to select wireless units that are currently being used, because it's going to mute the device and turn it into a scanner. Typically, I'm scanning hours before the show or the day before the show, so it's really not going to matter to me which device I'm using to scan, as long as I have one that represents each block of frequencies that I'm trying to scan. So I would pick one from the L3 block and one from the J5 block in this instance, and I would hit next. It would then scan, if this was online with some active devices that had antennas. It would show me the results from the L3 scan and the J5 scan. Hit next. This is where you're going to enter your zip code for wherever your venue is. I'm in Nashville right now, or just south of Nashville, so I'll hit my zip code. It's going to show me everything within a 30-mile radius, which is fine with me for right now. You just arrow over to that. That automatically deselects any of those active TV channels as a plausible frequency option for any of your devices. So you hit next. This is where you would manually add in any frequencies from any other known wireless devices that you're using that are either muted right now or not on site. This would be very helpful if you were using non-Shure products. If you had some Sennheiser products, perhaps you could add those in. But if they're way outside the band, you need not worry about it. So next. This is just a summary of active TV channels. I usually don't pay any attention to this. This is where you could add additional channels. This is what I use, especially if I'm the monitor engineer and I want some spare wireless channels to revert to in the event of some intermod or anything like that. So what I would do is maybe do 2 spares for each if I had the space. So I'll do 2 spare J5 and add those to the list, and I'll do 2 spare L3 and add to the list. And that's assuming your transmitter powers your standard 10 milliwatt. If you're high powering, obviously you would adjust that as needed. Hit next. Usually I just run 10 passes. If it's not finding it in 10 passes, it definitely won't find it in 100, and it's a little quicker. I hit next. That's going to show me if it found all the channels that I'm looking for. So I got 4 there, 2 there, 2 there. I'm fine with that. I hit next. It shows me all my frequencies that were found. I hit next. This is where I could manually tell which device I wanted to have which frequency over here. Usually I just auto assign. It's graying out over here the frequencies that weren't used, so those are going to be my spare frequencies. So I usually write those down and have them handy, usually on a piece of gaff or something over by the wireless rack in case I need to change a frequency really quickly or during a set change or whatnot. Over here is showing me which units got assigned which frequencies. I'm happy with that. I hit next. The receivers have now been programmed, so the scanning is now done and they have all been assigned. This is also where you can double click and name your devices. It'll also reflect it on the receiver itself. You can add them into groups if you want to. You can change the gain here, power, sensitivity if you're using headsets with your body pack or whatnot, squelch. You can also manually change the frequencies over here. You can front panel lockout, which I don't really recommend unless it's sitting near crowd members or something, or you're worried about somebody messing with it. That might be a better solution for an install or something like that. You can also mute from here. But that is the gist and the simplest uses and applications in Shure Wireless Workbench. Hope that helps.